All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something something that lives right on our phones, and how this little piece of tech might be doing a whole lot more than just setting up dates. We're asking a bigger question. Could it be fundamentally rewiring the way we think and feel about connection itself?
So, this is our starting point. A direct quote from the source material that really just stops you in your tracks, right? It's a huge, almost provocative statement. And that's the central idea we're going to unpack together right now.
I mean, that's a pretty bold claim, isn't it? How on earth do you get from a simple phone app to that? Well, to even begin to understand these potential psychological shifts, we've got to deconstruct the machine. We need to pop the hood and see exactly how these things are built to work.
Okay, so first things first, let's start with the basics. We're going to break down the 3 core components that really make these apps tick. And it all starts with the very first thing you do, how you present yourself to the world.
You know, when you think about it, a dating profile it's not really you, is it? It's more like your own personal marketing campaign. It's this super carefully selected series of photos, these clever little prompts, all designed to show off your best self, your most interesting self, your most attractive self. It's basically a performance, and it's crafted for a very specific audience of potential matches.
And then, of course, you have the engine of the entire app, the swipe. This simple little action it's actually fascinating because it takes this incredibly complex, nuanced process of human attraction and boils it down to a simple game. Yes or no, left or right. And in doing so, it conditions our brains for speed, for these really quick snap judgments.
Okay, and running behind all of this, there's the algorithm. This is the invisible hand, the code that's watching every single swipe you make. It's learning what you like, what you don't, and then it starts curating your reality. It's literally deciding who you even get to see and who stays completely invisible to you. It's like the silent partner in every single match.
So there you have it. Those are the mechanics, the profile, the swipe, the algorithm. But so what? How does all this tech actually plug into our very human brains? What really happens to us when the dating pool stops being a small pond and turns into a seemingly endless ocean?
And this right here, this illustrates the massive shift perfectly. I mean, think about it. Before apps, who could you date? People from your community, right? School, work, friends of friends. It was a real, tangible, and most importantly, finite group of people. Now, with apps, that dating pool becomes this infinite, totally decontextualized stream of faces. The scale isn't just different, it's on another planet.
This actually brings us to a really classic idea in psychology. It's called the paradox of choice. You might have heard of the jam study. Researchers offered shoppers 24 types of jam, and then another group only 6. And guess what? The people with way more options were far less likely to buy anything at all. And even if they did, they were less happy with their choice. It's because when we're faced with too many options, our brains kind of short-circuit. We get paralyzed, we start questioning the choices we make. And in the dating app world, that translates to that constant nagging feeling that someone even better is just one more swipe away.
Okay, so this is where it all comes together. This is the crucial part. How do we connect these two worlds? We've got the technology on one side and our human psychology on the other. So let's build that bridge. Let's directly link the app's features to their potential impact on how we think.
All right, let's really connect the dots here. Just think about it for a second. The constant pressure to create that perfect curated profile, that can absolutely lead to performance anxiety. And what about the swipe? That feature literally trains our brains for snap judgments, basically turning potential partners into, products to be evaluated. And that infinite pool of choices we talked about, that feeds directly into the paradox of choice, which can leave us feeling more dissatisfied and maybe even a little afraid to commit to anyone.
All right, let's zoom out for a second. We've looked at the guts of the machine, and we've talked about its potential effect on our minds. So, what does this all mean when you put it all together? What's the big takeaway here?
You know, when you really boil it down, it comes to this. This kind of technology, it's not a neutral tool, like a hammer or something. It's more like an environment we live in. And just like any environment, it subtly, quietly shapes our habits, our expectations, even our psychology. So the very tools we build to go out and find connection are, in a very real way, turning around and rebuilding us.
And that leaves us with one last, pretty crucial question. Because let's be honest, this technology isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's only going to get smarter and more woven into our lives. So if we know how it can shape us, the question we have to ask isn't just who will we meet anymore. The real question is, who is this technology encouraging us to become? And that's a thought I'll leave you with.